I'm glad some things never change, and except we all get to lose a little hair and gain a little weight, and other than that, we're still the same kids we were when we were 14 years old.
Feed you to the piranhas, SORELLI.
You know, it's funny, this park here, the set, the tropical birds singing, you know, it's so pastoral and so like a Henry movie, though, because there's the upcoming violence.
Grab the gun, push him out for a second.
Ready? You ready?
Okay. Action. Action! And the suspense and the nerve-wracking movements of the character.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
We'll
with the flowers, or should I drop them?
Yeah, with the flowers. Maybe you can drop them in the middle of the shot. Or...
Wait, should I hold this, Jeff?
No, forget about that for now. Too much to do. Try to go as slow as you can.
Like this, you know. Something like that.
Flowers are for funerals. Don't be fooled by the cliches. Roses can deceive you, tricking you with each bouquet. Flowers are for funerals. Flowers are for funerals, my friend. Violets.
The Henry Sirota movies were a series of spy films that we made when we were teenagers, and there were 6 of them, and Alan SALY played a super spy named Henry Sirota. It's a strange name for a character who was a British spy, and it was our take on the James Bond movies. We made them when we were 14, 15, and 16, and they were always involved chases and James Bond kind of adventures. Except we didn't have cars, we had bicycles, and we didn't have all the high-tech gadgets that they have in the Bond films. From 1973 to 2011, and Christian, Alan, Tom Sinclair, and I were still buddies, and we talked about making a new Henry Sirota film. At first we talked about it as though it were a joke, that we'd have to have guys having trouble getting out of their chairs, and Henry would be in an old age home.
40 years since the first Henry Sirota film was in production. That was September of 1971. Here it is July of 2011. And we're all still here, we're all still alive. I can't believe it. It's a miracle. And I'm back playing Dr. Death with sinister sunglasses, and very happy to be here doing so. Reuniting with old friends, and with a new Henry Sorelli. This is Henry Sorelli Jr., Chris Griggs.
Flowers Are for Funerals began at the end of Don't Live for Tomorrow, the last Henry Sorelli spy film. We put a card in the film that the next Henry film would be Flowers Are for Funerals. That may seem a little obsessive, but we decided to honor that promise 40 years later and make a sequel to the sixth.
I'm Tom Soder.
I'm Tom Sinclair.
I'm Dr. Life.
I'm Dr. Death.
And we played the villains that we played in The Man with the Golden Bullet nearly 40 years ago, right?
My God, it has been 40 years, hasn't it, Tom?
Yes, and we're much wealthier and wiser than we were when we were.
And a bit
Sin and I were talking about, Tom Sinclair and I were talking about the recent political situation with the right-wing pundits and the right-wing media criticizing Obama and liberals, and why not make a film?
Yeah, we worked on the screenplay together, Tom and I.
We collaborated.
Yes, we alternated on scenes.
The characters and good acting, better acting than we've ever had before, and I much appreciate this. I call this an actor's film. Sort of want to delve more into actor's psyche and to the characters.
Well, I decided to go into preschools and find the sickest child and make sure that they would cough on me, so I had a real genuine cough, not a fake one. I'm a method actress, so I wanted to make sure that I had at least 3 days of a sore throat and I had really like that chest congestion, because I take things seriously. Christian deserves that.
I've been a fan of APOR films for years. This was my golden opportunity.
I felt like it was a golden spoon in both of our mouths to have the chance to work with all these people with a long tradition of making these kind of films.
Hold it! How does it feel, Mr. Sorelli? Oedipus married his mom. You killed yours.
Take it easy, Bert. There's no need to get personal.
Why not? You're the one with the golden spoon in his mouth. Henry Sorelli Jr. Nothing too good for him.
This business is for when you're young. By the time you're 8, you're all washed up.
I'd just like to say that there's going to be some marketing ventures surrounding the film. One of them that we're going to be marketing these authentic Dr. Death sunglasses. $35, check payable to Tom Sinclair.
Our former star, Alan SALY, refused to do it on budgetary grounds. He's a great guy, he's a great friend, but he's sort of mercenary at the core. No, I'm just kidding. He's a really good friend, and he wasn't going to be in it at all, actually, but we coerced him. Tom Soder, my good friend, coerced him into being in it. He did great, takes like Shaft, knocking the gun out of the hand and stuff like that. I felt better with people I'd worked with before, I guess because it's all like old times. Seems like old times. Chevy Chase said to Goldie Hawn, Now, Alan, SALY's on camera. We'd like to know how you feel about your coming back as Henry Sorelli, and we hope it's better than The Return of the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
It's a departure for me. Deep departure from my usual habitat.
Now, some say your accent fluctuates from Australian to Scottish to Irish to Pekingese. What do you think about that?
It takes place in my own time zone.
And what time zone is that? Central, Eastern, Western, Middle, Western?
Z-time.
Z-time.
Yes.
It's something I never expected to return to, but it's been a lot of fun. It really has been a lot of fun. But there's a strange thing. There's this, dialogue thing going on, and shooting scenes more than once. This is, of course, somewhat strange to me. It's not part of my previous experience at all with APOR films.
A lot of actors like to focus. They like to get ready for scenes, maybe go over their lines. Not us. We like to listen to Evan tell us what's been going on in the universe. I found out that pigeons match buildings. I found out that there has never been a point in time when any kind of rich have gotten richer and the poor have gotten poorer scenario. There's lots of things you probably don't know about the new Air Act that happened, and also Giuliani time never happened in the garment district. I don't know if you know that, but I do know that now. Thank you, and we'll see you day 2.
Christian actually was suffering from something called narcolepsy. I felt like it really kept me on my toes. I had to do something very exciting or else he would nod off at the blink of an eye, and I would be doing the scene with the camera pointed at the floor because we didn't entertain him. He let us know right away. He's also quite the loud snorer.
You think about Chrissy Garber's, what do you think about Chrissy Garber's mention of the fact that the director has narcolepsy? Isn't that dangerous to the cast and crew or to himself? Should he be in a hospital? Should he be not in a hospital? Should he be hog-tied? You tell me.
I think he should balance an eel on the end of his nose.
Shot the first 3 to 4 scenes. Christian said to me, there's a lot of dialogue in the film and not a lot of action.
A crowded bus and a screaming baby, no one helped.
There was nothing the mother can do. The baby was screaming and people were upset about it.
Have you seen any interesting pictures lately?
I say get the hell out of here before I start to scream.
Oh, was that on your way to be?
Okay. You know who that is. That's my father.
And I realized that when I assembled the first 6 scenes in order, it was all people talking. It was like Eric Romer does a James Bond movie. And we figured we could get more action in there, so we started looking for action scenes. And the car chase fit the bill. I'm particularly pleased with the car sequence we did in the movie, which came about because I was making a promo as the editor for the movie of the existing footage we had, which was we'd shot 2 weeks of footage, and it was mostly dialogue scenes, not a lot of action. And so I put together a preview which was supposed to have some action in it, because it is supposed to be an action film. And I put in a shot of a car from a driver's point of view, of a car driving up an alley, and I just fooling around on the editing console, I speeded it up, and it looked very precarious. It was driving down a narrow alley at top speed. And it looked very exciting, and I put it in the promo. And Christian said to me, well, we don't have a car chase in the film, so that's sort of bad, that's false advertising. And I said, well, why don't we put one in the film? We took 3 actors, had them in a car, and Griggs was fighting with one of the actors, Frank Lavecchi, and Jack Montalvo was driving, but they were parked. And the car never moved, at least during the fight, and Christian shot tight shots. The trick was editing it so that it looked like the car was moving. And the way we did that was we went around and shot the car driving around. We got Christian was in another car following the subject car, and we got shots of the car moving fast, driving in and out of traffic, and it wasn't really moving that fast. We speeded it up in editing. So we intercut all these shots, and it looked like the car was moving, and it didn't move at all. Good. Keep it up. We added a lot of amplified punches, sound effects, and screeching car wheels, and it looked very exciting.
So we just wrapped our first day of shooting on the new film. It's been a lot of fun. Lots of adventures so far have happened. We've been sort of moving around pretty fast because they have these kooky thing called permit laws in New York that we've been trying to avoid. And then had a conversation with a nice gentleman with a dog who was asking about what we were doing, and I'm talking to him, and we find out that he is a policeman who's walking his dog. So, you know, we've been staying ahead of the law. They've been patrolling and hitting their brakes a lot, but I think so far it's all gone very well. And it's all been good. New York City, ancient muskets, can't ask for more than that. supervillain reunion. I think it's been a fun first day shooting so far.
Jack Montalvo, in real life, total teddy bear. I would let him see my white panties any day.
I've been auditioning and auditioning and auditioning since 1974 and being told by big, fat, frustrated nuns, don't call us, we'll call you. So finally, I get the opportunity to appear in an $8-part movie, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime, let me tell you.
My agent got a good deal for me.
I bought the shirt for $6. It was on sale in Kmart, and when I walked on set, they said, "There's your SUPER-PATRIOT," because nobody else was wearing a flag on their chest.
I know everybody who's anybody in this business.
Miriam Sirota, singing Flowers of Funerals, and also
That's a hell of a song. I like that.
Yeah, it's great.
Tell Miss Sirota I like the song very much.
I sat in the recording sessions with Michael Kevin Walsh and George Flick, and we had a great time, and it was the theme is one of the best parts of the movie.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Okay.
I understand what you yes,
If you don't want to, don't do it. But you live on the edge, it's up to you.
She's asking for a pen.
Is that right?
It sounds really good. Hold on. Let me... Darting all the sniper shots. Darting all the sniper shots. The chases and the battle wounds is all so crazy. Cool, excellent. So let's just do it from the beginning with the beat and everything. Here we go.
Flowers are for funerals. Don't be fooled by the cliches. Roses can deceive you, tricking you with each bouquet. Flowers are for funerals. Flowers are for funerals, my friend. Violets are for violence. I'm through with sentimental dreams. Roses are for sweet revenge. Nothing's really what it seems. Flowers are for funerals. Flowers are for funerals, my friend. Love can stab you in the heart. It's not always a bed of daisies.
It was worth it working with my friends again. We became a team again, team effort. I believe in pep talks, in camaraderie, and especially camaraderie with the actors and making them good. Trying to make them, film them as good as they can be. And that's all I have to say. Bon appetit. As Sean Connery said in You Live Twice.
I'm moving away from you at the speed of light. Yes.
I'd love to taste my tear.
Between now and the next moment, an infinity of time has passed. At your expense.
Flowers are for funerals, my friend.
Walk back in the same direction.